videos a week on the channel so y'all don't lose the channel. But this isn't my main channel anymore, okay? Y'all gotta come to my lifestyle channel for my main channel. And I have a new channel coming soon. I've been trying to decide what I want the niche to be of my new channel, but I am opening a new channel. Okay? Remember that I said my lifestyle channel is my main channel now. So it will have way more videos than this channel. But I will do a video once or twice a week on this channel so y'all don't lose the channel. Okay, this is an ASMR video, which means there's not going to be no drama, no toxicity, no negative energy in here, please. I won't respond to negative comments. Let's keep it graceful and peaceful. The challenge this week started a couple days ago is how can you keep it graceful and peaceful? How can you preserve your energy? So don't let anything wear your energy down. I was told this week we have to think about what has been wasting our time and energy, and we have to not associate with it from here on out. So think about any resources or people who's just a waste of your energy and time. They may have tried to contact you over the last week, or they're planning to, or they're trying to get back in your energy, and they're just trying to keep you in bondage. So don't go chasing crumbs of people who just want to keep you in bondage. Have gratitude for what you have. When you don't have gratitude for what you have, you tend to chase people who are low vibrational because what you think they're giving you is in high vibration when it's not. So, uh, today is a good day, very early, to do a gratitude list. For some of y'all, it's a gratitude for whoever has helped you out of financial situations. If you've had resources give you money and you're planning to release them or not put a lot of energy into them, give gratitude for them before you release them. This is anything, any resources that have helped you grow. So if you are an empress, protect your energy today. You may want to listen more and do some grounding as you're listening more rather than talking. So if you're going to join any work groups or classes, it's better that you listen more. So feel free to listen to the sounds, the wind chimes. I'm lighting some frankincense. Here, I'll let y'all see the frankincense here. I know some of y'all like to see the fire. Okay. I just saw the word abundance. So if you have been getting any scriptures from the angels that have the number 7 and 8 in it today or over this week, you could be aligning more with your purpose that is bringing you some abundance. We're going to do 2 journal sprints from the scriptures, so hang in there. I did get clear your thinking as well, so don't pass up on going outside, get some fresh air. You may want to do some building today. Atoms, the word atoms is a synchronicity. I saw the book Atomic Goals, I think that's what it's called, or Atomic Work. And then I just saw the word atom again. So I'm getting like micro work. Some of y'all need to look up videos that will help you to remember the things that you're learning or to study better or to uh, create something from memory better. So that's a synchronicity. Number 10 is a synchronicity. You want to look up that scripture. If you have a Bible or whatever your religion is, you might want to look up that number. Number 10. It also means that something is closing out. Okay? 2 is a synchronicity. 8 is a synchronicity. 0 is a synchronicity. Look at this like it's like a little bingo game, spiritual bingo game we're playing. And when I say these are synchronicities, it means that I've seen these numbers. I've seen these numbers appear on YouTube. I've seen them when I looked at the clock. I even see them on video, live on video right now. I opened the book and saw the number 10. And then I looked at the clock just now and saw 1. And I saw 10 too. So 1010 may be significant for someone. You may want to look up the scriptures. Looking at the numbers with scriptures is not against Christianity. Numerology is not even considered a sin in the Christian Bible. Tyler JTI is an African American guy on YouTube, and he has a wonderful video teaching Christians about how numerology is not forbidden in the Christian Bible. So be careful who you're listening to when they tell you to not do numerology. I think he says, I think he gives the chapter where um, he talks about that. But if you are using numbers, if you want to feel like you're protecting your energy more, you can just turn to the scriptures. I have a wonderful journal that has scriptures in it for journaling. Now, let's say you don't want to use numbers, okay, and you don't want to look up the scriptures based upon numbers. You can always get you an actual journal scripture book, and you can open that book at random and see what scripture the Creator has for you. Okay? If you're someone who are into chakras, which I celebrate chakras, I personally love to get a chakra book like this, something like this, and I will open the book and see what I turn to. Okay, I will see the poses, see how they have poses there, yoga poses. So, yoga is a synchronicity. I did butter, the word butter is a synchronicity. Okay, so you want to get a book. This will help you to find out where in your body your energy is struggling at, where your chi flow is blocked at, and where you need grounding. So I know that throat chakra and root chakra definitely needs grounding, protected. It's not necessarily mean your throat chakra is broken or anything. It means that it's under attack. So for some of y'all, the heart chakra as well. Avocado is a synchronicity. Broccoli is a synchronicity. Frankincense is a synchronicity. Fluorite is a synchronicity. The color pink is a synchronicity. So even though I haven't seen those some of those things twice, intuitively, it's coming through that they're synchronicities. So I want to talk about frankincense. Okay, if you're a spiritual person and you still like to burn your incense, frankincense is a woody, spicy aroma of this ancient mystical scent. Is a wonderful mood enhancer, helping to foster a sense of being, well-being. Steam distilled from the tree resin of Boswellia cortei, it can also address the respiratory issues a heart chakra imbalance may cause. So if your heart chakra is under attack, you may find that you're having respiratory problems or back problems as well. So frankincense is good to burn. Some of y'all may have needed some jasmine over the last week. I'm getting that intuitively. Jasmine was needed. I'm just opening the book and allowing my intuition to give y'all what I feel is important. Lavender tea, coca is a synchronicity. I'm getting that strongly. Green smoothie. Somebody needs more greens in their diet. I said green smoothie and turned right to the page right after I said it. Come through. Turn right to a bowl of greens. Yep, and right behind that is the smoothie page. Right after I said it, I opened the book and it turned to this. So synchronicities are starting to get stronger right now. Beets is a synchronicity. I saw two beets and then I just turned to the page. Beets are good for your blood and your brain. So if you've been feeling kind of blocked and heavy headed, where you feel fatigue, you might want to have some beets and mushrooms today. Okay, so we help with that. Let's see. Let's get some Amish wisdom. I love getting wisdom from the Amish because they don't really do technology like that, like we do. So they're always kind of aligned with the Creator. We don't realize how wonderful today is until tomorrow. So, horse is a synchronicity, y'all. Some of y'all may have to do some traveling or career change or job change. There might be uh, there could be some work that you're called to do. It may You may get some news about a job offer or something. Normally, when you see a horse, that can mean that at times when a horse is in grass or in greens. It's important to study animals in the land so that you can understand what they mean in case you see them in your dreams. So I'm going to be sharing my dreams. I told y'all I'm going to have a dream channel. The horse can also symbolize that you're going to get through some obstacles. Okay, that you're stepping in your power, persevering. That also means you have to eat your grains and your apples. You have to eat high energy food today so that you can be able to manifest something or travel somewhere. If you were thinking about starting a travel career, this could be the day to do it. Okay? If you're thinking about taking your business on the road, like doing your work in different places and not just in the same place, like basically you're breaking from routine, this is the day to do it. Okay? Meaning, let's say you have a YouTube channel. You don't want to do your YouTube channel in the same spot this week. You want to actually bounce around. You want to pack your bags, go different places. Also, when you have the horse, it could mean there's some leaps you need to take. A leap of faith in something. I also got the word comfort. So, yeah, having some quiet time to listen to the fire or to sit in some sort of feeling, to meditate an answer of some kind. If you're looking for an answer, is you have to sit in the question today. I'm getting that strongly, y'all. I sat in the question yesterday and I got the answer last night. That's why I didn't get on YouTube. I needed to just sit. Okay. I just saw the number 43. You might want to look that up in the scriptures. When doubt creeps in, that's for living your dreams. Might want to look at that. If you are in grief, if you're grieving right now, it's not going to last forever. Stay away from people who bring you down. I saw the quote, if someone brings you down, it's because they're down, they have to be down too. Okay, anyone who's attacking your genetics and your looks and stuff, or the way you look or your beauty, stay away from them. If someone didn't value your hard work, or if your family members don't value, like literally just block them. Just block them without warning. Okay. Angel number 60. I'm opening the book in case y'all wondering. Okay. Trust the dream placed in your heart. So it says, it's the scripture is Philippians chapter 1 to the 6th verse. Philippians chapter 1 to the 6th verse. Angel number, scripture number 118, scripture number 60, scripture number 119. If you're feeling all hope is lost, okay, something about your goals have to be what God approves of. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6 to the 33rd verse. Scripture 35, number 35, scripture number 72, scripture number 73. Okay. I saw the word run, so some of y'all will benefit doing some sprinting or some cardio or hit, okay, to get an energy boost. The horse is out, and I just saw in this Live Your Dream scripture book with the Bible scriptures, I just saw the word run. That's in alignment with the horse energy. But just don't be running to battle in the fight. Run to boost your energy up. It's especially if you are in feminine energy. You may need to like sit where there's some wood at. Horses like to sit near wooden fences, and some of them like to be near a tree. So if you were going to meditate today, you definitely want to meditate where there is green at and where there is a tree at. The green needs to look fresh, or the grains need to look fresh. Okay. All right. All right. It says build community. The word build is a synchronicity. Scripture 69, Galatians chapter 6 to the 2nd verse. Scripture 138, scripture 139. Bear one another burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. If you're not Christian, that's okay. You can still use the scriptures for your own, the scripture numbers for your own Bible. Okay. All right. This also means if you have some unfinished business, you should actually consider getting it done today. Uh, Also, organizing your beauty supplies, organizing. If you have a cabinet with food, you want to maybe organize that because the Empress feminine energy. You also may want to do some grooming, clipping your toenails, clipping your fingernails. That actually helps with grounding. People may not know that cleaning up the bottom of your feet, sanding the bottom of your feet helps with grounding. Sand the bottom of your feet and go walk outside with your bare feet. If you can do yoga outside in the grass with your bare feet, it would be wonderful grounding today. Okay. I saw the word fear. That's a synchronicity. When I feel like something's resonating, when I when I see it, I know it's a synchronicity. Okay. All right. So October 1st. Okay. So if you have an October birthday, or you know somebody with an October birthday, you may need to be a positive influence upon them today. Okay. So basically, anyone who may feel like their spirits are down, or they may be young, or um, they may feel like they've been manipulated to have heavy losses. People that have had heavy losses, people that have had to deal with violence. You want to be a positive influence on them today, especially if they are older people or really young or over 50, definitely over 45. You want to be a positive influence, or people who are students in a classroom or other spiritual people. You want to say positive thoughts around them because they may be able to pick up on any negative thoughts that you have. Today is the only day we can be certain of, but the value of the gift is often not fully realized until it's over. So basically, the Creator is saying, the Most High is saying, don't try to figure out how important today is for your dreams. Do what you feel you need to do for them, because when this day is over and the future days come, you're going to find out how valuable today was, the work you did today. You're going to find out anyway. So all you can do is do today. All you can do is really focus on today. The Creator will never let you know so much about the future days related to your work, because the Creator wants those days to be a surprise. Okay. One thing I found out is when you know too much of what's like definitely coming financially with your dreams, you start to flip into some sort of passive aggressive lazy energy because you know. So you take your time and you say, oh, I got forever to do that. But we have to realize that we don't get to keep ideas and downloads under lock and key. You know, the Creator can deliver a karma to you for acting entitled and procrastinating, all because you know. The Creator can put karma on you where those ideas and downloads are taken from you and given to your neighbor. There may not be a deadline on your chosenness to succeed, as long as you are respecting humanity, but there is a deadline on the delivery of the manifestation. Okay? You don't get to keep those blessings locked up, even if you think you're going to put them in the coffin with you. The spiritual version of that thing that you think you buried with you is still going to be given to somebody else. What must be delivered will be delivered, and that goes for any of your creative creations. It'll just be somebody else the Creator will choose to deliver them. Okay? This is why it's one of the biggest blocks of your dreams, how you block your own dreams, how you lose your own seeds of your dreams is through procrastination. And when you are digging too deep into the financial part of your psyche related to those dreams, the procrastination energy becomes abundant in you. So one thing I don't do anymore, I don't give guidance that have to do with what will bring you money, who you will attract that has money. I don't get into any of that. All I give is guidance now, just related to the energy work, the spiritual work you have to do, and how you could be blocking yourself from taking action, or what could be blocking you from taking action. But other than that, I don't get into the money or when it will arrive or when to expect this manifestation. To me, this passively aggressively keeping you uh, stagnant. when you think you're not stagnant, you say, well, I know it's coming next week, so I'll take my time. And then um, obstacles that you would not have experienced come because you took your time. So divine timing is with everything. So that's why it's important not to pocket watch your own future self. So I try to avoid that, y'all. Okay. As I said, if you're always unsure of, if you don't, if you've been through a lot emotionally, mentally, it's good to go to someone who have done the grounding and ask them for scriptures and spiritual help. There's nothing wrong with that. But you want to be careful of knowing too much of the results. Okay? Um, when spiritual coaches get into the results, that's when you say, I'm closing out. I'm not listening to that. That way, you stay attached. The burning desire is protected. And I talked about that in an earlier video last month. It's easy to get the burning desire. You can literally fast, micro work, and build up the burning desire as you micro work. But what about protecting it? That's the hardest part. Yep. Look what I just turned to. Confirmation, y'all. Just open the book. Life is so short. How can you justify wasting any of it? What once was, if not released, can drain you of the energy needed to recognize what life still has to offer. Was I not just talking about that, y'all? And I literally opened this book. Okay. So you got your video of the week. Of the week. If some of y'all have a hard time defining, decoding Bible scriptures, I recommend that you get a plain English Bible, maybe a Bible that's for students. Um, I had a student Christian Bible that literally broke each scripture down so you can really understand it. And somebody actually took my Bible. I'll never get over it. I'm gonna try to find that Bible again, and then if I find it, y'all, if you're into the Christian scriptures, I will tell y'all when I find it again. But if you're not, you can always look up angel numbers. There's a new thing going around where people are saying angel numbers are demonic. That's like saying scripture numbers are demonic. Just because the book says angel numbers, don't mean that those numbers are demonic. Okay, because those same numbers come with the same information in the Bible. The exact same information that you would get for angel number 1 and angel number 11, you would get for the scriptures that are scripture 1 or scripture 11. So it's really ridiculous to just say, oh, it has a different title, so it's automatic demonic. Um, things are given different titles. You know, we gave the name, the empress name is now grandma. But, once upon a time you was just an empress. In medieval times you were just an empress. You wasn't grandmother. Do we say that the word grandmother is demonic all because it's not their original name? Now you see, like, you got to be really careful who you're listening to. For example, we say body parts, right? We say throat, head, backbone, genitals. We say that, right? But then as soon as we get into a book that's called chakras, people say that's evil. But the chakras are literally based upon body parts. But just because it says chakra instead of medical book, someone says that it's wicked. I think that's so ridiculous. If I sat here with a book called medical body parts and had the same information for each body part, someone would say, oh, that's approved by God. But if I showed up with a book with the same information and just the cover saying chakra, somebody say, oh, it's wicked now. This is why in this world you choose your own spiritual path. Okay? You choose what resources you want to use. You have a right to have free will in peace. In peace. I've been thinking about locking my hair and cutting my hair, or cutting it off, keeping it short, which I'll explain why, or locking it. Okay, one or the other, or never ever wearing it out. It's either it's going to be real short or locked up. Um, it's something I just recently figured out spiritually for myself. I feel like the spell work is so heavy when my afro is out. I feel like the hair, where I'm living at, the weather don't allow my hair to protect itself enough from spell work, ash, dust that's in the air. But when it's locked up, I feel like it's hard for the spell work to get to the root of my hair. And so I'm more protected. And when it's real short, the smoke and dust doesn't cling because it's short. It's like it's hard for it to. It's easier for me to wash the spell work out because it's real short, or it's not so much can cake on and without me seeing if it's ash or dust. Uh, I remember when my hair was real short, I was attracting higher vibrational people, and when my hair was in locks that were washed on a monthly basis, I was attracting higher vibrational people. But the moment I wear my afro out, it's like a mixed match. It's a bunch of low vibe and high vibe all mixed together, and I don't like the imbalance of the energies coming towards me. Now, if you don't feel this way about here, um, that's your business. But I feel that here's not supposed to change so much in the actual structure of it. Like when you lock your hair, it's in one structure. Like there's your afro locks, and that's it. That's it. You could twist it or whatever. You could twist the locks up, wrap it up, but the texture is not really changed. Especially if you have like 4C afro hair. If you cut it short, it's easier to keep the actual texture is short, very short, but it's also easier to wash spell work out. I think that I think that we, you know, divine ones who are of color, and I can only speak for of color when I talk about hair. I think we need to see that time is still a valuable resource, regardless if we want to love our hair, regardless if we're going after hair length goals. Um, I achieved lots of hair length goals when I stopped chasing hair length goals. When I just started valuing my time, that's what I'm about now, and I hope y'all be about that. Um, like eating extra food when you don't need to, you're not respecting your time. Arguing with people when you don't need to, you're not seeing time as a resource. Um, Not being spiritual, you're not valuing your time. Winging it all the time, guessing all the time, that's not spiritual. You're not valuing your time. You're going to waste time doing something that you could have prevented it if you had been checking your scriptures, if you had been spiritual. Um, Not allowing yourself to go without food sometimes in the first 2 hours work is not valuing your time. Not eating like a bird sometimes is not valuing your time. I think that there'll be um, more benefits to the community of color. And I always talk to the community of color in every video, because if I start this video and say I want to talk to the community of color, some people say I'm not hearing it because they don't want to listen to another person of color. But I think that people of color, if we start valuing our time and our resources more, um, then if we just, even if we do micro work, we're going to achieve, eventually we're going to hit the target. That's just automatically going to happen. But no value of your time, then you won't even do your micro work. For example, I purposely woke up this morning and I said, I'm going to spend as long as it takes on my hair. That's what I did. I noticed over 2 hours went by. And I thought to myself, that is just ridiculous. Like literally. Um, nothing nothing that is not as fruitful for my survival should not take up 3 hours of my time. I can go straight bald head like the monks and still make a profit and still put food on the table and still get ideas and downloads and still get love from people who love me. So I really had an epiphany. I said, okay, what if I found a way to only about an hour and a half at the most on my hair a week? Okay, a week, and then I have that other hour or other 45 minutes strictly for my body. Okay, now I'm getting ahead because I just spent 2.5 hours. I got my hair and my body done. I don't have to schedule any time for my feet, my teeth, my skincare, shaving, grooming. I don't have to schedule time later in the day. I don't have to because I was able to fit that in the 2 hour time that I would normally spend on my hair. I really realized it, like you can only achieve as smart as you are at working the time. The knowledge and the help is going to come. But how can you work that time? How can you work that time slot of whatever the creator wants to give you abundance in? And if you end totally exhausted, I don't think you're in high enough vibration to attract what it's supposed to get. I still think your energy has to be positive and in a high enough vibration to attract what it's supposed to get, which you just did. So when people work towards exhaustion, I think that is wrong. When you're doing 6, 7 hour hairdos or even just 3 hour hairdos, you're getting into this feels like slavery. This feels like work. I'm starting to get exhausted. So you start to get out of alignment with the high vibrational version of whatever your hair wants to manifest itself as. So I think everything needs to be ended before the coals start smoking too much. um, but I know people say, well, I won't if I if I don't follow the trends, I won't be in. That's not true. Remember, everything is actually a trend. There's a trend for bald heads. There's a trend for locks. There's a trend for two-strand twist. There is there is a trend for nails. You'll just be in a different group. But whatever you're supposed to manifest, you'll manifest maybe more within that group, but you're still going to manifest it. I think that young people today need to not wait until their, body parts start declining, they're running out of eggs, or, the man parts aren't working. They say, now I'm going to value my time. That's kind of like, you're just waiting on because you know that the clock is really winding down. So can the creator actually take you seriously? What if the clock wasn't winding down? Would you actually have had respect for the time? So I reached the point, y'all, I feel like this. If I am unable to get at least 2 hours of self-care in, where all my self-care is done, right down to the 15 meditation power rest, then I'm not respecting my time. Something is harvesting my energy. Something is. And it really doesn't matter what I plan to create, what I leap into. I didn't value my time, so I'm probably going to be blocked from it. Okay. Um, and I know people say, well, I'll get somebody else to do it, because you're not valuing your time. You're not managing your time. You're not being in control of the use of your time. So that's why you have to run and get somebody else to do it, so you can sit there and preserve your energy. But once you be more mindful of your time uses, you really won't need someone else to do it. Like, you really won't need someone to come in and do your toenails or do your feet. You will only be getting that done to make yourself feel a little extra special, but not because you want to preserve energy. Hi, everybody. Anybody hearing me in here? So when I go to the salon now, I already know that I'm going to be exposed to all this different energy. I'm going to be exposed to the music they want to play. I'm going to be exposed to whatever conversations that they're having that I might not want to hear. And I got to receive their energy. So if I go to the salon, I'm just giving an example, y'all. I go to the salon, it's really to make me feel a little extra special, because I know I'm not going to really preserve much of my energy or get raised as much as I want to, because of the salon environment, all those different energies acting any way they want to act. So I feel like until we can know how to respect our own energy so that we can take care of ourselves, there's no point of getting other people to do it. Some people may not agree with me with this, okay? But as we know now, when you go to the salon, the stylists want you to entertain them. It's like they reverse it now. Because a lot of people are going through stuff, low spirits, way more stuff than before. So it's like it's almost like you got to give the stylist money, a lot of money, extra money than before, and extra energy. So it's like you might as well learn how to take care of yourself, and really use those salons or getting other people to do it. Use that as a last resort. We're not in the 90s anymore where family will just come rushing in to do it for you so you can preserve your energy. We're living in a world now where people are literally jealous of anyone who has more energy. It's not even about money or things. It's like, you just look like you have more energy, or if you act like you have more energy, or you're in higher vibrational energy than them. It's like, though, I don't want to help you because you're already blessed. And I've had people pull their energy back from me as soon as I started showing I was in high energy. And so I realize now that everything that I need done for me, I have to know how to do myself. I have to. Because of it's just being an energy war now. It used to be like property war. People was fighting over real estate. People was fighting over money. People was fighting over royalty rights in the music industry or industry. People was fighting over each other's man or whatever. But now it's like, I just want to fight you for energy. And since I know this, I might as well become the master of my own energy, of my own life life plan, my own lifestyle. Unless I can meet somebody who is happy that I'm preserving my energy when they're doing the work for me. This is a deep conversation, because some of y'all, I know, y'all get people to do the work and you still feel drained, or you feel more drained, and you're like, I hired somebody. Why do I still feel drained? I had a family member doing some work for me around here, and I still was feeling like I was drained, because they were still expecting me to pay for it energetically. So I still didn't benefit really from the work they did for me. So I decided that once a month, when it comes to self-care, someone else can do it. Any other time, no one else can do it. I know some of y'all are lucky. You have all kind of kids that, that will respect your energy and do it for you. But not all of us was born with a. Not all of us was blessed to have a big nest full of bunch of baby birds. So I had one child. So and I'm having this conversation because the Empress energy is to be protected today. And when you get into Empress energy, it's like self care, grounding. You're doing the tree pose. You're reading, you're studying, you're educating and teaching, or you're learning from empresses learning from empresses. So really, really think about your energy use. The empress can also be rule how to work with the energy, how to make the energy work for you. Um, so this is a good day if you were thinking about a lifestyle plan, um, how to tweak and edit your lifestyle. You may want to, get into that. Especially, I think, with freedom being one of the things that a lot of y'all are trying to manifest. But if you're dependent and codependent on someone else, that freedom is not going to be so tasty when you get it. I'm telling you no lie. If you're so relying on family members and other people, when you do get that freedom, it's almost going to be like there's this you owe me hanging over your head. It's almost like you're still energetically a prison of that person, because you was more dependent on them to help you get that freedom than you were on yourself. You don't want no IOUs for something you was born to achieve. I was all ready to call up family members and be like, oh, can you come in and do the editing of this manuscript, do the photography, can you do the planning, can you get I already know that that's leading me into a physical reality in which they're going to feel like I'm not allowed to be away from them because they did that, or I'm not allowed to set up boundaries because they did that or this and that for me. So I'm good. I would rather hire somebody on the outside, somebody to actually do that for a living, rather than. And I know some of y'all say, well, shouldn't you want to put your money back into your family? Yes, but that family should have already been respectful of your energy before you did that. Before you put that money back into them, hiring them to work for you, hiring them to be a worker bee for you, they should have already showed some time where they respect your absence at times, where you need some time to yourself. They respect your money, your energy, your family values, your plans, your traditions. They respect it, or they don't say nothing. If they haven't shown that to you all day, then they're not qualified to be your worker bee, a worker bee for you. Blood is not enough to make them qualified. They need to be given the same interview that you would give an outsider. Even more so. If somebody did for a living what you were hiring them to do, you wouldn't have to grovel or beg or keep asking them to do it, even though you're paying them. You wouldn't have to do that. But family members, even when you're paying them, it's like you got to go on and convince them to do it, because they think if you're asking them, you must have no other options. Even if you're paying them, they think if you're hiring them, you have no other options. Or it's too expensive for you to hire somebody else, so you're hiring them, so they want you to kiss their booty a little bit before they say yes. All of that is like toxic, y'all. So I feel like this: if there's some unfinished business that you have and you're trying to get it done so you can get the new seeds after this last frost, because the frost is about to end, y'all. We had another frost today. So Some of y'all maybe feel like, okay, your energy was at a standstill, but some of y'all about to break ground and finish what you started so that you can plant those new seeds after the frost. But you can't even get new seeds until you get those old seeds done. I highly recommend, if you've been feeling drained, beat down, energy manipulated by forces coming for you as you're trying to get those seeds done, you're better off outsourcing. You can go on Fiverr or somewhere to get somebody else to do it, but keep in mind, make sure that you're getting a contract and you're interviewing them. Okay, often people leave things out of their resumes and stuff. So even if you're going through Fiverr or any other site, you should actually interview them and screen them before you hire or outsource, hire them. Okay, I had a little pep talk with y'all. I did hear a study, so um, if you're in the festivals or work groups, this is a wonderful day to get involved with work groups, creative groups. I'm looking at this book here. I showed this book on my channel, and then everybody started talking about this diet. Y'all, I started talking about this on this channel about 2 years ago, and a specific person, he who shall not be named, he started doing a whole series on this after I supported him, after I donated to him. But it is what it is, y'all. We're living in a world where people want other people's resources, but they don't want to say thank you, and they don't want to acknowledge that they got their resources. I don't know what this is about. Like, I don't have a problem with saying, yeah, you gave me this resource. Thank you very much. Shout out to Onita for this resource. I don't have a problem with that. But I think that we're living in a world where people want to prove that they're so connected to God without any resources that they never ever want to mention where they got their resources from. And I think that's a true sign of vanity. Okay? I think it's trying to force people to have absolute faith in you. To think that you're 100% chosen. But guess what? The chosen people want to say chosen, the people who are really, really high ranked are the people who have gratitude for the resources, who are attracting resources, and have no fear of judgment because they had to get resources from someone else. I have no fear of that. I have no fear that y'all gonna leave and cancel me all because I'm using books, or because I learned from somebody else and I'm saying their name. That is like ridiculous. And so I love to ask people, where did you find this at? Where did you learn this at? Where did you hear this from? Everybody's learning from everyone. Everyone accesses more knowledge from other people's knowledge. There's no such thing as just getting random knowledge. You literally have to have been exposed to some part of that knowledge to even get that additional knowledge. And 9 times, most of the time, you were meditating or sitting in the information of some knowledge. And that's why you were able to get additional knowledge. But people want to pretend like that's not how it's happening. And I think it's what made me be solitude. Um, a lot of people, all they got to do is sit in the knowledge, and the knowledge will come, instead of trying to run off with other people's knowledge. But they don't want to sit in the knowledge. A lot of people don't want to sit in a question about something. They don't want to sit in it because they think that they'll have to deal with their own demons then. They are running from some sort of emotional hurt that they have buried so deep in them. And they don't want to have to face that pain or face themselves through sitting. In order to get knowledge, you do have to face something within your own self. to get knowledge that's connected to, related to other knowledge, to sit there and get that other knowledge, you faced some sort of pain or ghost. You faced it. So you was rewarded for facing it. Like I just got rewarded with this information because I faced a ghost or something that was disturbing my peace. I literally faced it today. I hope this video was inspiring. If you'd like to send a cash appreciation donation, you can send it to my cash app at money sign Coach V Hunter. If you are an empress, protect your energy. You know you're good at sitting. You know you're good at sitting in the questions. You know you're good at sitting and just listening. You're like the one that sit and listen. You listen more than the king actually listen. He's doing a lot of talking and listening, talking and listening. You're listening more, so you're more powerful at getting downloads through your day. Just keep in mind that you are worth abundance. You deserve to be paid for those downloads and what you know. You're not obligated to give anything away for free. You can schedule some donation time. You can literally just donate to someone who is helping you ground your energy. And then go ahead and whatever downloads that you got that you have rights to, go ahead and sell those. You know, I think we're in a world now where all the women and empresses, they feel like they have to help everybody for free. And I think that is literally starting to cause such an imbalance in the gift flow. You don't have to do nothing for free every week, every day of your life. You're allowed to have days of your week when you're an empress where you're stingy with your energy. Like I was yesterday. I was very stingy, and I'm still very stingy with my energy right now. I don't know when I'll get out of the stingy energy thing. It might be a couple of weeks, but I have other things I want to do with my energy than be overly generous. But thank you very much. Once again, if you'd like to send a donation, you can send a donation to my cash app at money sign Coach V Hunter. Bye, everybody. See y'all on my lifestyle channel. Don't forget, most of my videos are on my lifestyle channel now. Okay? 11:11 on the clock, y'all. 11:11 on the clock. Bye, everybody.